Hi, everybody. How you doing this evening? I have to warn you, I didn't have dinner, so I'm a little bit more alert and jumpy than I normally am. So just get ready for that one. My sister used to say, a hungry Italian is an angry Italian, but I promise not to be angry with you. Yeah, I am Italian. Okay, so welcome to the show. It's I keep changing the name of the show depending on my mood of the day. And today the show's name is Spirit Sent, S-C-E-N-T, Laura, to provide you with clairvoyant mediumship messages, manifesting, mentoring, and medical intuition for healing to happiness. So get ready. We're going to have some fun this evening. I plan to talk a little bit about boundaries. And the blessing of personal boundaries, how they help you reach goals. Then we're going to do a little bit of an exercise in unblocking you to reach some goals, and maybe a little bit of channeling, depending on how fast we're moving along. But I definitely want to get into healing this evening using something called Aroma Freedom Technique. And the 12 steps are actually linked on my page for this radio show. The page for the radio show is very easy to find. Just go to spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And there you can find the link for the Aroma Freedom steps we're going to do today, as well as how to buy oils, essential oils to help with that if you care to do so in the future. There's a link there. If you have oils already in your possession, that's great. You still might want to get the correct oils because this will be recorded and I will be doing this from time to time. And I also do another version of the healing called Shock Aroma, which is different steps but uses the same oils. And they're specific oils, essential oils, if they're therapeutic grade. They can be used to help you release blocks. Okay? And used in conjunction with good personal boundaries, good personal habits, for example, doing your affirmations on a daily basis, a specific way, you can attain things you want in your life. You can unblock. You can live in a more joyful, higher frequency state. Now, isn't that what we all want? Even if we're suffering from loss due to a loved one who's gone to spirit world, we would want to heal, release our grief. And I have a very brief story about that. As I did have to euthanize my own little kitty cat, my Sabrina, about a month ago. Time's flying. And I knew something was wrong when she turned blue in front of me. It was about 12 midnight on a Friday night. I had been out that night, and she came, followed me into a room I was in. There she's sitting there. She loved to follow me around, and all of a sudden she yelped out very loud pain, and she looked like she couldn't breathe, and her face turned blue, and she was suffering to breathe. And the story continues from there, but the end of the story is euthanization. And when I got home, because it was so sudden, so traumatic actually, I couldn't sleep or anything. I was in trauma. And I used a blend of lavender, frankincense, and stress away to calm me. And I was able then to release and to fall asleep. So therapeutic grade essential oils used in certain ways can heal you. Can heal you tremendously, not just within the moment of trauma, but also when you're setting life goals. And the Aroma Freedom Technique, which I'm getting certified in, was created by a PhD in psychology, Dr. Benjamin Purkis, with 20 years of experience and also 16 years of experience with essential oils in his therapeutic practice, where he was using oils to help clients release traumatic memories. and other blocks. So today you're going to get a free version of this. So get a pen and pad ready. Get any essential oils you have ready of the following categories. If you have any oils that are therapeutic grade, the reason I say therapeutic grade is because we will be smelling them, and they're going to go right up into your brain, right into your primitive brain, your lizard brain, your amygdala brain, whatever you want to call that part of your brain, which is connected to the sense of smell. And that is your limbic system, your automatic or autonomic nervous system, which controls emotional responses such as fight, flight, or freeze. When we have those responses to situations that we don't seem to have any control over, you know, I had one of those things going on in my own life where I would, when my boyfriend would trigger me in certain ways, it was either a huge fight or flight, and there was a lot of dysfunction there. If I had known about aroma freedom technique, I would have been able to unblock and potentially worked out the differences between us. But before I go into that healing, I just wanted to just review the page of resources for you, which is spiritmediumtv.com, and there you can get a myriad of resources, including making a donation to Jump the Gate. That's the 8 No Wait. Item 2 on spiritmediumtv.com. Item 3 is to watch the show live, and you can actually join the webinar. If you do, and I see you there, then you will get a priority in the queue. That's item 3. You can watch me, and you can also get a priority in the queue by joining the webinar there. Also want to remind you all that I do provide a radio show sale. If you're a radio show listener and you would like to get time with me in private session, I finally got a name for this so that you'll remember it. So everybody's remembering the 8 No Wait. That's the Jump the Gate thing. That $8 donation lets you jump the gate to get top priority in the reading queue. But now I have the 3 for free. You get a third more time free than that for which you pay when you book your session at booklaura.com. When you book your session at booklaura.com and put in the event code field radio show. And that is described again on Spirit Medium TV, item 4. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about the website. I don't want to spend forever on that. What I want to do is get right into the whole idea of boundaries and then into the healing for this evening. And then we'll go, I don't know if we'll do a channel message, maybe too late, we'll see, because I want to get to the phones because that's juicy, isn't it? The phone's exciting. But I'll just give you a highlight. I had a friend who just went on a date with a new person on Saturday night, and she called me the next morning and she's saying, "Oh my goodness, Laura, if I meet another person like this, I think I'm going to lose my mind." And he seemed nice enough when she met him Friday night, and then the next day he called her and asked her out on a date, and she says, "What do I have to lose? He seems like a nice guy." So she decided she would go, and she got herself all dolled up and everything. She met him, and when he said, he called her like really, really rushed at the last minute and says, "Oh, I'm having my car detailed. I'll be there in a minute." And she's thinking, why is he having his car detailed right now? Anyway, he drives up in a beaten up old car, but it was clean. She gets into the car, and there's things broken, hanging off, but it was clean. But there was piles of stuff, which she could see very quickly. He'd eliminated probably the hurricane effect on the inside of the car. Was stuff everywhere by just collecting things into bowls and in certain categories, because he probably looked like he lives in a cloud of mess all the time. And the other thing that really she said to me that was really got her, as soon as he jumped out of the car to say hello to her, she hadn't been able to see this beforehand, but he was dressed in very wrinkled clothes, hanging off old clothes, tattered, torn, and a pair of really worn sneakers. And they were going out on a dinner date. So he was like, what is going on here? Anyway, this poor man, very nice man, probably doesn't have any personal boundaries. So when we have a personal boundary, we're taking care of ourselves. we matter. We matter. And the more we clean up the aspects of our own life that are in disarray, the more successful we become in life, the more charismatic we are to other people as well. So if you're not getting what you want in life, go through your own life and start to rake it clean. Clean it up, fix this, fix that. What are the things that are hanging apart, falling apart, mixed up, craziness? One little thing at a time creates a big, big, big success. Now, speaking of success, we're going to do this healing thing. So if you have a goal you're trying to reach, that you've been trying to reach, and you haven't been able to reach it, I just planted some ideas in your mind about personal boundaries, cleaning up your own mess first, right? I'll confess, I got one big one. I got to clean out my closets. Oh my God, I can't find anything in there. But anyway, that's an example, literally. When we clean up our own life, things come to us much better. So I already mentioned what the aroma freedom technique is. Basically, it's a way to shift awareness away from negativity to initiate a positive outlook so that we are free to create the life we desire, just to summarize again. So what I need you to do with your pen and pad and having your oils ready, again, if you don't have your oils out, you might want to get a lavender oil or frankincense oil or something that's, if you have Young Living oils, you might, and you have stress away, that would be a great oil to begin. So write down a goal that you have. It should be in the present tense, usually with a delivery date. So for example, if your goal is, I sleep every night for 8 hours starting now, that would be a goal. So there's time and it's in the present tense and specific. Write down your goal. It should be something that you feel is very, very hard for you to get. Write it down. Now I want you to rate the goal from 0 through 10 actually. 0 meaning no way that I can get this goal now. 10 is 100%, it's no problem. Rate it, please. By the way, if you're rating it more than an 8, then it's not a goal that really can be useful during this thing. You may need to make your goal a little bit more difficult or put some parameters on it. But make it something you really want, that you've been trying to get, that you can't get. And write it down now, and then rate it from 0 through 10. I will be silent. Okay. And now say the goal out loud, noticing the first negative thought that automatically comes up telling you why this can't happen. And write it down. Good. Now, how do you feel when you hear that negative voice? Feeling is one word. Frustrated, angry. Write it down. Whatever you get is correct. Now, where in your body do you feel that negative feeling? Write it down. Drift back to an earlier time when you felt this same way, either recently or long ago, and find a snapshot of that time. Close your eyes. Focus on the snapshot, the feeling, the negative thought, and the body sensation while smelling one of your essential oils for relaxing and releasing. Put a couple of drops in your hand, rub your hands together, cup your hands over your nose and mouth, And breathe in as you focus on the snapshot, the feeling, the negative thought, and the body sensation. Allow whatever feelings that surface to just pass through you as you smell the oil. Ride the wave of emotion if it gets intense. And notice what happens to the snapshot. And notice how you feel in your body as you're breathing in the oils while remembering this memory. Observe any new beliefs starting to emerge. Look for and find the light breaking through the memory. Do you get any new creative ideas? If so, write them down. Now we're going to just do a little test on this, a litmus test, if you will. Read off your original goal and rate it again from 0 through 10, based on how likely it seems that it will manifest. If the number is less than an 8, then you would need to go back to step 2 and do the steps again back down to step 9, which is where we are now. Okay? And do those steps until finally you're getting to an 8 or better. But let's assume that you're at an 8 or better. If you're not, let's assume you are at an 8 or better, even if you're not. And you can come back to this audio at a future point in time. And you can also come back to these steps at a future point in time. You can actually read them on spiritmediumtv.com. The second line down on there has a link to these steps. Okay? But now we're going to continue. And step 10 is, now we're going to create an affirmation, assuming we're at an 8, an affirmation that expresses the new positive belief and attitude you wish to instill. An affirmation is a statement of desired reality in present tense. Like, for example, if your goal was, I would like to attract, oh no, we did sleep earlier. Okay, so we'll go continue with sleep. So I am sleeping a full 8 hours and wake up refreshed every morning. Ooh, that feels good when I say it. Something like that. I'll be silent while you write that down. And now we're going to anchor the affirmation. This is also very helpful for you to know, this technique. That if we, research has shown that if we breathe one of our essential oil blends, or simply lemon, believe, or transformation essential oil blend from Young Living, or lemon for 2 minutes, morning and night, for 3 days in a row, chances are you're going to anchor that affirmation so it becomes part of your belief system. It's done, this step, in a power pose. And a power pose example would be standing with your feet slightly wider than your hips, with your hands up over your head, similar to mountain pose in yoga. If you put them on your hips, it would be like Wonder Woman. If you put them on your heart, it would be simply something heartfelt. If you left your arms open, it would be like you're ready to receive. The idea here is to use something that makes you feel appropriate for the desire, that motivates you and empowers you. Okay, so think for a moment about your pose. Okay? And if you can get out of your seat wherever you are, if you're driving, I understand you can, or if you need to be seated, that's fine. Breathe in your oil, lemon if you have that, or if you have transformation or believe, and there's a whole gamut of different oils available out there that are good for setting intention and goals. Build Your Dream is another great one from Young Living. So breathe your oil, put a couple of drops in your hand, rub it together, breathe it into your mouth and nose. Breathe it in through your nose, rather. And say your affirmation while in your power pose. I am. Again, you can come back to this later and do it a few more times. And now the last step, which is a 12th step, is make a plan and take action. Now, usually you've already heard some ideas you have and you've got some new ideas. That's part of your plan. Like, well, I guess I could drink a little chamomile tea before going to bed to sleep better. Or I could not watch anything that's upsetting to me before I go to bed at night. Or I could read up on it. I could research a little bit of what do doctors recommend as steps to prepare for sleep so I can sleep better, you know, so on and so forth. And that is it. Those are the 12 steps of aroma freedom, and it's recorded here for you to listen to again and use with your oils. And if you need to buy oils, you can get me for that, or do whatever you need to do. I'm here to be of service to you. Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the first person waiting for an other side connection. We have several people waiting for other side connections today. So I will not be able to get to everyone. Oh, wait. Okay, we only have 2 left because somebody left the room for some reason. Okay, we're going to go to Jessica. I think who's been waiting the longest. Unless there's another one here who's waiting a little bit less. Oh, the 2 J names, Jessica and Jackie. And then we've got a donation, and we've got all kinds of people everywhere. I'm just also going to check to see if there's anybody in the webinar. Remember, if you join the webinar, that's step 3 at spiritmediumtv.com, you'll get a priority in the queue. So if you haven't done it, you might want to do it. Going to Jessica. Hello, Jessica. How are you today, sweetheart? I'm good, honey. Thank you for asking. So Jessica's already blurted out she wants her father from Spirit World. By the way, you're not supposed to ask Jessica. That's fine, no love. People usually do want to talk to somebody in particular. So let me just see who does arrive, and we'll, you know, just take that openly, like maybe it's the road to Dad or maybe it is Dad. But I will be asking you as I move forward, you know, whether or not you can relate to this or that. So let's see what Jessica gets. Jessica's 913. Well, a couple of images come to mind. Something about either he was a smoker or he worked, and this could be 2 different pieces of information, or it could be just the one thing. But the first thing I get is a feeling of him being a smoker, that he did smoke cigarettes at least sometime in his life. Would you understand that, please, for Father? Jessica? Don't say anything else, honey. Just yes or no, love. The next thing I get is a fireman. Okay? So either this could mean a couple of things. Okay? It could mean that he worked in first responder job of some sort, or it could mean that something is related to him and fire. But all of a sudden, I got a feeling of him being I'll say how I saw it, as a first responder, somebody that works in public service helping other people. Would you understand that, yes or no, please? All right. He's a kind and helpful individual. He does like to smoke, though, a little bit too much for the happiness of his lungs, and he laughs and chuckles a little bit. He's got a burly kind of build to him, or big build. He's got a nice warm feeling to him, like kind of easygoing, down to earth, loving and demonstrative. Shows it. He shows me also that he teases you and your other members of your family. I believe you have a brother. Just kind, salt of the earth kind of guy, easygoing guy. Would you understand this, please, for Dad, please? Okay, and he wants to give you all his love, all my love, my beautiful daughter. He would have said something like all my love. Gives you a big hug. Very, very kind person. A lot of sadness in the family at his passing. A feeling of not being ready for his transition. No one in the family really knew what was going on with his health. I see him chuckling a little bit and coughing a little bit as he says that. Almost as if he keeps things from the family members, not letting people in on what's going on with his health. But I do feel he knows, and I think Mom knows. Would you understand this, please? Yes or no? Okay. He says, I'm sorry that I didn't let people in on this, and I'm also sorry that I really didn't do too much about it, the health issue. He says because he could have extended his life, but he wasn't able to really have the discipline to do that. And that's the kind of guy he is. He lives for today, and he wants you to do the same thing, Jessica. He also gave me the impression that you have a brother. Is that correct, please? Okay, sweetheart. Because those are the two people together giving, teasing the two of you and all that kind of stuff. The way he has that wonderful sense of humor. And also he shows me that it gives me the impression you have your own children, like 2 children. Would you understand that, please? Okay, you have 1 child. Okay. I'm sorry for your loss, sweetheart. I can hear the sadness in your voice. But Daddy is here. And he loves you so much, gives you a big, 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 big hug, and says, thank you for taking such good care of me, you and all the family, when you finally did know I was sick. And he gave me such a send-off at the funeral. He said, I could hear the trumpets in heaven. I could hear the trumpets in heaven. He says, you all honored me so much at my gravesite and the funeral. He says, I can never, ever, ever repay any of you for the honor of that. And the way you all talked about me so mystically and magically, as if I was bigger than life. He says, I'm just a human being. He says, and now I know more than ever what a human being I was. He says, because the life review in the spirit realm helps you understand better who you really are. You know who I am. He says, you know who I am. He says, I'm kind, I'm helpful, and I'm your kin. I'm your father. I love you so much, Jessica. Take care of the family for me, honey. God bless. Okay. I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. I get choked up too, guys. Not easy, not easy to keep up. It's like watching a sad movie. It's very difficult. Okay, Jackie now. Hi, Jackie. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah. And, okay, I'm glad that you hung in there because there was another person that got cut off there. You're the one, because you're the one that sounded so sad. Okay, let's see what we got. What was that, honey? All right. So you're from area code 862. Is there anything to do with New Orleans in you? Okay, because all of a sudden the word other side on my switchboard changed to New Orleans. I'm like, what's this all about? In front of me. In other words, it was a psychic thing. I just wanted to say that. All right, so there's a family member here for you. You're at 862. It feels like an older woman to you. And the first thing I see, she's cranky, she's crotchety, and she's got a great sense of humor. She complains a lot. But underneath it all is a loving personality. But, she's a little bit like a spitfire on the surface, if you will. It looks to me like she might have had a little problem with her legs when she's walking. I do see an older person, and it looks like her leg either was always a little bit, it looks like a bow-leggedness to one of her legs. I don't know if that means literally it's bow-legged or just showing me that she has trouble walking. I do see a little bit of waddling back and forth. I do see a little bit of compression of the torso and the widening of the torso as she gets older. You know how we get older, we kind of get a little bit more wider and we shrink in height, you know what I mean? That's kind of like what I'm seeing there. Would you understand her for the broad stroke of personality here? I can go more detail, please. Would you understand her, please? All right. And she says she's his mother, a mother figure. She cries a lot when she's old. She's not able to see her family very much. She says she seems to be away from the family or not able to see the family a lot. She's sorry for the way she treated you when she was old. She complained a lot. and she blamed you a lot for things that were going on in her life, but you weren't to blame. She says there were other people really to blame. She just was using you as a sounding board or someone to talk to, is what she's correcting me to say. She says she complains a lot, she's crying a lot, she's missing people a lot, she's talking about the family, she's talking about loss a lot, and she says it brings you down a lot when she's on earth. She says, thank you, though, for listening to me. And I'm sorry that I was always so morose. A lot of complaining there at the end. Sadness, a lot of, I guess we could say it was depression or something. And I don't know what she means about missing people or being alone. I'm going to see if I can get one more thing on that, honey, and I'll come back to you, Jackie. Mom or mother figure, what do you mean about that, being alone? I was alone a lot. I wasn't seeing anyone. I was alone. I was shut in. Wasn't able to get out as much as I used to when I was younger. Wasn't able to go do things the way I could when I was younger. So would you understand that meaning of alone a lot or shut in, that kind of thing, Jackie, for this person?
Yeah.
All right. And then she shows me when she's younger how she's, she's kind of like a very lively social person. Even if she just went to the grocery store, talked to people, it was always joyful for her. She's just social. She loves to talk and everything. And then she gets older, and it's hard for her to get around, hard for her to get out. And she's always complaining to you or anybody who would listen. She's so sorry she used to say this to you because you didn't know what to do to help, and you couldn't help her, really. And I get a sense of you not being in the same location as her. And that's what makes it double or triple difficult for you, because you really can't do much other than just listen. Would you understand that, please?
Yeah.
There's a sense of her being on having a son, and so she either is your mother and you have a brother, or she's your father's mother, but this keeps coming up something about a male to her. And I'm going to get a little more on that, Jackie, because I think it's significant to you. Let me see what it is, honey. Where's the male to you, please, Grandma or Mom? It's your brother. You have a brother, honey?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she's telling me that she's either your mother or grandma, I guess, but she's just showing me you have a brother. So whoever it is, but she's trying to say that it's not to do with your father. She's not showing me a male to you because that she's your grandma on your father's side. She's more saying you have a brother. Now she's going to move forward to a message for you. Something for you, Jackie, that you need to know. Because you wanted to know something, she says. You called in really with a question this evening. She says, but you thought I would have the answer to it. She says it's about you and your own personal health now, how you feel about things, where you're going in life, what you want to do to get there, a feeling of letting go of the past and moving forward with the future, taking on new challenges and wanting new direction. She says what you're doing with your life right now is correct. She gives me the impression that you are letting go of something and you're at a turning point, you're making a big decision. She says the fork in the road is not clear yet. In other words, what your choices are, road A or road B or road C, whatever it is you're not really sure even what your choices are yet. She says that's why you don't know what to do. Once the choices become clear, she says you will know immediately what you want to do. She says the right choice will be the easiest road to take by default, and it would cause you the less suffering, and it would be least expensive emotionally and also monetarily. She says that will be the way to make up your mind. She says keep up the good work on earth, honey. She says you're really raising Cain with your work, doing something wonderful to help other people. She says that's your gift. Keep it up, my beautiful child. That's her message for you, Jackie. I hope that makes sense to you, love. All right, sweetheart. God bless, and may you have a beautiful evening. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Bye, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, just want to remind everybody, if you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. If you put radio show in the event code field, you will automatically get a third more time than that for which you pay. Okay, I need to now find my donation person, which would be Donna. And Donna was asking me a question on email, which I'll review again now. Hi, Donna. How are you, honey? Sure. Of course I can help you with that. Yeah, of course, honey. Yeah, we can do, anything that exists in the collective unconscious is accessible. There's ways that mediums and psychics work. When we're doing mediumship, we're doing telepathy. When we're doing this kind of a reading, it's more like going out to the collective and getting what sits there now, in other words, the collective unconscious. But you also can sometimes just see into a person's mind and character, which is another form of mediumship, actually. But let me just say something before I go into that, just to remind everybody that, and you had asked the question, how do my readings work now? What do they cost? So on and so forth. I'm not going to put any prices on things, because if this comes up, somebody's listening to this a future time, could change. But if you do want to know current prices, just go to booklaura.com, and step 1 has the prices, and that's what you pay. If you put in the event code field, there's an event code field there. If you put in there radio show, you get 1/3 more time than that for which you pay. So all you need to know is booklaura.com, and remember the event code radio show. Okay, so you get more time free. Now, I need to just ask you one question before I get the answer, and that is, you're trying to sell your current property. Is that what you're asking me? Is that what you want the real estate agent for? What? To sell property. Okay, so you want the correct realtor to buy property in Puerto Rico. All right, hold on, honey. And I want you to give me the initials of all of the companies that you are, well, actually, we could do it really, really simply. How many companies are you considering, love? Yeah, that's all. Honey, that's not how I work, love. Donna, that's not, you're trying to get me to do something that doesn't come naturally to me. So I'm trying to get you to give me the names, and then I go deeper, and I'll give you the answer. That's what we're going to do now. So I hear Remax, Keller Williams, CPM, right? Grand Homes, Grand Homes. I'm trying to get the names so I can't even hardly hear you. And the fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one is PR. Let me just finish, honey, and please just calm down, Donna. Just follow through with me. Let me take the lead, love. The first thing is Remax. Second one is Keller Williams. Third one is CPM, like Carol, Paul, Mary. Is that correct? Did I get that right? Okay. Fourth one is Grand Homes, Grand. Is that correct, please? All right. The fifth one is Puerto Rico Real Estate. Is that correct? Okay. Are there any others, honey? Universal. My God, you're really going all of them. And what else? Anything else? Well, just relax, honey. Well, just relax. Just relax, sweetheart. If it's not one of them, there may be something new that comes in. So let's see, okay? So just relax, and I'm going to see what Spirit says. I'm going to use numbers 1 through 5 because I numbered them. And then I'll see whatever comes in afterwards. So I'm going to ask Spirit, please give me the one that highlights, please. And I'm going to be silent for a moment, Donna, so just bear with me, honey. Allow me to focus, all right? So we could get you a good answer. I think, too, Keller Williams would be the best in terms of customer service, listening to you, putting in the effort, and taking you around. I do feel there's somebody there who's new to the business, who's very, it's like a busy bee, very, very active, got a lot of energy. It feels male, like a male person, you know, a man. He's really kind of friendly, kind of nice, and will go the extra mile. He feels like he's honest, and he's trying to do the right thing to help you find the right home. There's really no one else that stands out as much as him. There's a reason for this, and I need to get what it is to help you feel secure in the answer. I'm going to see what it is. They just seem so much, it runs so much better, this Keller Williams, than other places. It's like the office is clean, people are organized, they run it like a real business. All the other ones have something going on, and each of them it's like just a little dysfunctional, too much so. Either they're too busy, too big, too messy, too dirty, too this, too that. But Keller Williams seems to be well run. You will like the place, and you will feel good there. Go ahead and listen to this man. He's telling you what to do already, and it is the right thing. He says something about pricing it below market value. I wonder what he means. Hold on. Price it below market value to begin. I don't know why he would want to price it below market value if he's telling you this. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. Spirit's saying he's telling you to price below market value, and then you can go higher. And I messed up, but Spirit didn't. See? You see how Spirit doesn't mess up? I'm thinking I forgot again that you're looking to buy, and Spirit is giving us the right answer. So he's a good guy. He's got a lot of energy, and he will work hard for you. So that is the answer I'm getting. Very, very soon. You mean the time frame to find what you like, or the time frame? What do you mean by that, honey? You already know. Well, I'm getting, okay. The answer is very soon, but I was confused, and I want to review that with you. Confused about your question because you go when you want to go. I mean, there's nobody pushing you one way or the other. Why are you even asking the question? Are you asking the best time to go? If so, I will look at it that way. All right, let me see the best time for you. It should be right away. You don't want to wait. You know, listen, you should be going right away. Don't waste any more time. There's a reason for that. You need to get going on this. You've already wasted a lot of time. You need to get going on this. Stop stalling. Stop putting it off, because if you do any more put it off, there's something urgent about it. I have to get the answer here for you. Why is it so that you can't put it off anymore? Really, it's an important move in your whole progression in your life. If you put this off any longer, it may not even happen, and then you would feel sour and you would feel depressed over time, because you really do need a change in your life. So, you know, don't put it off anymore, because it's almost like something festering in you, and it's starting to make you feel a little bit like it's festering in you. It's festering in you. Things fester in us, it's not healthy for us. And so you need to get going on it. It's like pulling off, you know, you're fearful right now, you know. So imagine that you had a Band-Aid and you're afraid to pull the Band-Aid off the wound and it's going to hurt. So sometimes you just have to go whip and pull that Band-Aid off. Because if you wait too long, and you won't ever do it. And if you don't ever do it, you're going to feel like you should have. And you'll be in a shoulda, coulda, woulda Bermuda Triangle. And that's not a great place to be. I know it's scary. What do you mean by that? You mean partner in your life? Oh, all right. Well, I mean, whatever. That's what the message is for you, is that you need to move on this, and you need to move quickly, because the longer you hold back, the more you will hold back, and then you will never get this done. And your life and prosperity depends on making a change now. You can listen to this again, afterwards. You might hear some of the words I'm saying, because maybe you're not hearing them right now. But it's important to do this now, Donna, for your mental health, for your financial stability, and for your future. There's something extremely important behind it for you, your growth as a human being. And that is your message for this evening, sweetheart. Thank you so much, love, for calling me. All right, love. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. And it's important for me to mention this. When we have goals and there's a lot of fear around a goal, quite often we don't get the messages from Spirit. And the messages from Spirit don't always come through a medium or psychic. Sometimes they come directly to you because you're all intuitive. But we won't get our messages, we won't get our guidance if we're all nervous. So if you are nervous about a goal, it's imperative that you do meditation. I love to listen to ocean sounds. I got this one video right now on YouTube that has this beautiful ocean sounds, and it always puts me into a beautiful, relaxed state of mind. And also another thing is a good therapeutic essential oil could be used when you're in your meditation to help increase and augment that feeling. But it's only when we're relaxed that Spirit can help us, that our miracles can come to us. If we're nervous, we block the flow. Okay, going to the next caller, who would be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be you, but hold on for a second. Just make sure. It would be T, who has been waiting diligently. Hello, T. Hi. Oh, I'm fine, love. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you for being so patient, sweetheart. Oh, all right. Now go ahead and tell me, sweetheart, what is your question? Some of your words I couldn't hear that much. So let's just say then I'll go to this because earlier you told me something wild happened today, but you want a confirmation on that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Do I see T moving? Does Spirit show me that T should be moving soon? Yes or no? I will go to that question. Hold on. The less I know, the better anyway. T 551 area code moving is no. You got a lot of unfinished business, miss. You got to take care of before you can be moving. Seems like money is an issue, and there's also some family obligations. I'm seeing like somebody around you, like a mother or somebody. Either she's got the purse strings on you, or she's got some kind of control over you. There's female. It looks like a woman that's older than you, like a mother figure or something like that. But what I'm getting is obligations hold you back right now. Now you're looking forward to a move. You would like to move, and perhaps you had a sign today that you thought you were moving. What I'm getting is the obligations is still. You lost your job today. All right. And what is the move about, honey? What kind of a move are you asking me about? Are you asking me if you're going to move from where you live physically, your dwelling, or are you asking me to move to another job? Or losing your job today? So it is a physical move. Okay. No, not right now. You have a karmic obligation with the past that holds you where you are. You can't move right now. You have to take care of something where you are, and it will not release you easily. And I also, they give me all kinds of visuals right now. I see rain, I see a parking lot, I see an area where people live, residential area. I see a baby carriage in the parking lot. I saw an older person, like a mother. I guess your family must be around where you live now. Is that correct, honey?
Yes.
All right. They're holding you back. Honey, they're holding you back on some level is what the message is here, either because of love or because of emotions or whatever the heck it is. They hold you back. And I get a feeling that your mother perhaps at times gives you messages like, you won't do well anywhere else because your family's here, things like that. So let's explore that for a moment, okay? Because it's very important. This is a tricky one, my dear. It's a lot more tricky than you think it is, okay? So you lost your job today. You're really wanting to move, I guess. Is that it, honey? All right. Now, are you the young lady who was asking me if you should go to med school, or you're the social worker? Are you that person? Can you hear me? Can you hear me too?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a funny thing here with the software. Every now and then I get a message that something's wrong. I just asked you, are you the social worker? Is that you? All right, and then you were thinking, see, you're unhappy with yourself, okay? And you keep, this is the thing, it's a glitch. It's for you to heal yourself. You keep wanting to reinvent everything about you, but whoever you are is going to follow you to another state. The problems will follow you. So the thing is, you got to take care of what you really want to do now. So in where you live now, you can do what you need to do. You don't need to move to another state. And you're going to find when you try to move to another state, that's not what the message means. It'll be blocked, is what my message is to you. You will not have any money to move to another state. You won't have people calling you to another state, and you won't have a job calling you to another state. What they're telling you to do is to make good where you are now, and that eventually you will have another opportunity to move farther south than where you are and more into a warmer climate, which is what you're wanting. But for now, you're going to have to make good with where you are. You can get another job fairly close to home. It won't be that difficult for you. And then within 6 to 8 months, you will be making a big change. But not now. That's what they're telling me. And that's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. See, you keep wanting to run away from yourself. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So try to, I wish I had more time with you. Well, maybe I do have some time with you. What do you think you really want to do this lifetime? What kind of work do you really want to do? What do you think? I understand. That's beautiful. So your goal in life is to live by your own rules and then teach other people or help other people do the same, right? Okay. Now, do you feel that's possible? I know. I know, sweetheart. I know, sweetheart. So what we're going to do is a very quick healing on you. I want you to pick a number from 1 through 7 that pops out at you. I'm going to do the same thing for you. All right. What was that? 3. Okay, that's the self-esteem. That is the solar plexus. The solar plexus stands for self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, and so on and so forth. Do you have any, how do you think you feel about yourself? Do you have any memories about, I'm going to see something there, but I want you to see if you can come up with anything that has to do with you feeling good about yourself. Good. All right. So now we're going to do a little healing on that. And if you can get yourself a therapeutic grade essential oil, you can add it into the healing later if you don't have any now. So I want you to go into your stomach area, and I want you to spray paint it with a beautiful violet yellow. That's the correct vibration for the solar plexus if we didn't have any blocks there. I want you to remember a memory of something that relates to this feeling of being blocked, not being happy. And if you have a memory, when you have a memory, let me know. You don't have to say it out loud, by the way. T, are you there? Okay, well, I see a memory of a woman that's older. She'll be like a grandma to you, and she's not, I don't think your mother was around when you might have been raised by a secondary parent. Would you understand that? All right, and she didn't listen to you when you were young. She wasn't real, not because she was mean or anything, but she just wasn't that interactive with you. And so what happened is you don't hear yourself now. And the block is all about you hearing yourself. Okay? So the affirmation is going to, the affirmation for you is, I am clear on who I am and what I want to become. And I take action on this now. And so I can't, I don't have a lot of time to do a really slow, long healing on you, but that's what it needs to be. On a day-to-day basis, you need to sit down with a journal and write down the things you hate, because you have to start with what you hate about your life, because you're caught in that right now. And next to it, write the other part of it. If you hate your job, you hate your job, you have to put down, I need a job I like, and I'm going to give you an assignment. The first thing I want you to do is start deciding what work would be fun and find work in that area. Don't do anything you don't like. It's the most damaging thing you could do for yourself. Okay, it might as well be taking heroin. Do not get a job you hate. You don't need to do that. There are plenty of jobs out there for what you love. Yes, of course. Of course. You know, you don't have any enthusiasm for it. Probably going in there, you're trying your best. You're trying to smile. You're trying to be cooperative. But when your heart is not in something, it's going to show in all respects. You know, I'll just give you a very quick example, and then the show's over anyway. But I used to work at Microsoft Corporation. I mean, even the name Microsoft sounds like you're pigeoned into a cubicle. You know, corporate life, which I didn't like. So I can relate to you. And I hated it, but I was only there so I could earn. so I could earn enough money to retire early. I wasn't there because I liked it. And at one point, 5 years into it, when I was almost going to get my stock options, which would have led me to be able to retire early, I almost got fired. I didn't get fired, thank God, but I almost got fired. Okay, now, finally I did retire. I got my money. And guess what Spirit did to me? Okay, or I did to myself. I lost all the money. Okay, why did I lose all the money? Yeah, I lost all the money because what I really wanted to learn was how to work at something I love to do. How to work at something I'm geared to do, that I'm perfect to do. Everybody's prosperity, yours, Susie, Jackie, Justin, everybody waiting in the queue, everybody's listening to this in the future at any time. All of you have a purpose. And when your purpose is going to feel joyful to you, not terrible. And when you start to do it, Spirit will work with you to bring in luck, to bring in opportunities. Spirit is alive and well. If you join my mailing list at spiritmediumtv.com, it's in the sidebar, you will get a free Soul Abundance webinar. It's part of the things you get for free by joining my mailing list. And there you will learn what I'm talking about. But prosperity, happiness, joy starts with passion. And we cannot have any kind of prosperity unless we find what that is. This particular video, it's a webinar, will give you an idea of how to find that out. Okay, my dear? And if you don't have it, if you don't have it, shoot me an email and I'll send you a link to it. Okay, sweetie? Because I think you're on my mailing list already. Shoot me an email. Do you know my email? Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much, T, for calling in, love, and I wish you much abundance because you deserve to be happy, as we all do, and you deserve to be doing the work and the life, living the lifestyle that you feel you want to live. You're not feeling it for any reason other than you should be living it. Always remember that. Back yourself up. Back yourself up. Okay? All right, love. God bless, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for calling in, tuning in, listening in, blah, 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 blah. I will be working again on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I also forgot to say that I'm thinking of changing this show onto Facebook Live. We'll see what that happens, but if you don't join my mailing list, you won't know what happens. So I recommend you do join my mailing list. I won't move to Facebook Live suddenly. You won't receive warning on that, so don't worry. But join my mailing list. SpiritMediumTV.com, and there on the sidebar you can join my mailing list, get a lot of free gifts, and learn where the show is going, if it's going anywhere. Namaste. Bye.
Using Blog Talk Radio.